Okay, we're supposed to solve this linear system using Cramer's rule. So first we'll find we need to do 3 determinants and then we can write down the answer. So first determinant comes from picking the coefficients right out of this equation. So the x column has 2 and 9 in it, the coefficients of x in each of the 2 equations. The y column has -9 and 2, the y coefficients for each of the equations. So to compute this determinant, of course, the usual, we go 2 times 2, this diagonal, which is 4, minus the product of the numbers in the other diagonal. 9 times -9 is -81. So we subtract -81, which is really adding 81. So you see that D is equal to 4 plus 81, which is 85. So there's our D. There's 2 other determinants we need to compute that are very similar, d sub x and d sub y. So d sub x is the same as the original determinant, except you put the 1, 1, the numbers on the right side of the linear system, you put those over the x column. So this is 1, 1. But for dy, you put it over the y column. The y column of the dx determinant is the same as the original d, -9, 2. And the x column of the d sub y determinant is the same as the original column, 2, 9. So it's as if for d sub x, we just took the 1, 1 and covered up the first column of that matrix, and for d sub y, we covered up the second column of that matrix. Now, calculating these 2 determinants, 1 times 2 is 2. So this is 2, and then minus 1 times -9 is -9. So we're subtracting here a -9, which is really adding 9. 2 plus 9 is 11. So d sub x is equal to 11. Now for our third and final determinant for this problem, 2 times 1 is 2, and then minus 9 times 1 is 9. 2 minus 9, which is -7. So d sub y is -7, and now we can write down the solution, x and y, for each using these determinants. X is equal to d sub x divided by d, and y is equal to d sub y divided by d. So they're both dividing by d, which is 85. And to begin with, the d sub x is 11, and the d sub y is -7. So there we have our solution. We can put this all together into a single point. 11 85ths, comma, -7 85ths. So that point is the intersection of the 2 lines of this linear system. That's the solution to our linear system.